Well, it's 8:45 now, and we're getting mixed feedback when it comes to that proposed hotel we talked about earlier, aiming to open right near Sugar House Park.
Yeah, Mika joins us live from the park now with what city council members and residents have to say about this, Mika.
Yeah, you know, it is aiming to open up right over our shoulder there. I am joined now by Salt Lake City Councilwoman Sarah Young. Her District 7 covers Sugar House. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So we're talking about this proposed hotel. What is the City Council's thoughts on it?
Yeah, thank you for being here in our beautiful Sugar House Park. We're excited to have a conversation with the community about what that corner of the park should look like. It's something that a lot of people don't know. That's actually privately owned property, and the owner is in partnership with the developer is proposing a hotel go on that corner. But in order to make that hotel a reality, we would have to upzone, allowing more height than it's currently allowed.
And that's what the developer was mentioning. So, you know, what are some of the steps that you would have to take to accommodate what the developer is asking?
So there's 2 action steps that would be required of the city. Number 1, we would have to amend the current community plan, which speaks to the fact that our business district ends at that 13th East, kind of 2100 South border. This would be the first kind of business district entity that would exceed that boundary, as well as then allowing for a rezone from being able to build a building there that's a couple of stories high to being able to build one that can go up to 95 feet.
What are some of the pros and cons in your opinion, and what are you also hearing from the community about the possibility of this hotel?
Yeah, so I'm a former 8th grade science teacher, so anytime we're talking about anything that could impact our public lands, our watershed, I usually bring a really discerning eye to trying to make sure that we're doing everything to protect this beautiful park that's such a legacy here in the city. What I've heard from the community is kind of mixed. I have some individuals who really feel strongly that they don't want to see that land sit idle and fenced off in the way it is now, and they want to see it activated. I've also heard from folks who have concerns about what it means to put a multi-story building on a corner of, again, an iconic park here in Salt Lake City.
What are the next steps? When will a decision possibly be made, and what are the next steps?
Yeah, so at City Council, we always hold public comment when it comes to any of these major decisions. And that opportunity is going to be occurring on Tuesday, March 24th at 7 p.m. We allow for in-person public comment, Zoom-in public comment, or you can email the council with your thoughts and feedback. So we're really trying to encourage as many members of the community, whether you live in Sugar House or anywhere else in the Salt Lake City Valley, to come on out and share your comments to help inform myself and the other 6 council members before we would make a decision, most likely in early April.
So that's when people can weigh in and share their ideas. You know, let's pivot a little bit and just, what is the state of local businesses in Sugar House? How are they doing?
Yeah, so as many people know, we had a lot of construction for a couple of years on 2100 South, and I'm pleased to say that all of that construction is completed and Sugar House is open. We've seen a huge resurgence, especially with the beautiful weather and folks coming out to enjoy the incredible businesses in the Sugar House area, and we expect that trend to continue. So I just encourage everyone who maybe had avoided the area for the construction for a couple of years, come back out. Sugar House is open.
Yeah, I'm sure the businesses are very happy about that. And speaking of businesses, how could they potentially be impacted by this hotel? Have you spoken to any business owners in the area?
Yeah, I have. And again, kind of a mixed feedback. We have some business owners who see it as, you know, an opportunity for more folks to be in the area, obviously staying in the hotel, visiting the local businesses. I've also heard from some, you know, who worry about maybe establishing another coffee shop and how does that impact the existing local coffee shops that already are part of this community.
All right, and anything else happening in Sugar House that people should know about, good or bad?
Yeah, so I mean, Sugar House Park is obviously open, but you can see we have a little bit of construction. We have recently gone through and excavated the pond to make sure that we're preventing, you know, bad algae blooms and things that make the park less desirable to visit. This construction should be wrapping up shortly, but regardless, the park is open. Opportunity for folks to come out, enjoy the beautiful weather that we're expecting, get outdoors and just enjoy the area.
It really is so beautiful. It's today, and the ducks don't seem to mind the construction one bit. They have been out all morning long, so cute to look at, and yeah, the sun is shining. It's just great out here. Councilwoman, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And guys, there's so much happening in Sugar House. It's been fun to be moving around, getting to know the area, and I think I want to go hang out with Creed if he's still around.
Yeah.
Play fetch. That was a dog that we were talking to his owner earlier.
That's a beautiful park.
Yeah, I've
has
always
kinda
loved
fun.
Sugar House
Yeah.
Park. And Mika on the Move, I need to let you know that that is a copyright infringement on Ron on the Run.
You have to take that up with our producers
Yes.
because I didn't come up with a name. I did not come up with a name. I'm just going with it. Ron on the Run was definitely first, so I apologize.
That's for sure. I like Mika
Talk
on
to
the
them
Move.
about
That's
it.
Yeah.
just fine.
Yeah. It is 7:44. A site next to Sugar House Park where a Sizzler restaurant once stood could become home to a 7-story hotel and bar.
Yeah, Mika Miyashima spoke with the developer on where his plan stands with the city council and what Utah's latest liquor bill could mean for his proposal.
John Potter, thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate it. So we're talking about your proposed hotel in Sugar House. You filed a rezone last summer for this proposal. What are you seeking to rezone and why?
We're seeking to change the zoning from what Salt Lake City calls MU3 to MU8. With that comes a taller height, but it also allows the use of a hotel and some of the other amenities that we hope to bring as part of that hotel to the neighborhood.
And what are some of those amenities that you're hoping to bring?
No, great question. Besides the 145 room boutique hotel that has a neighborhood feel and vibe, we're also excited to bring a rooftop restaurant and possibly bar with great views of the Wasatch Mountains, a banquet space also on that top floor with great views, a cafe on the ground floor, and an activity center for rentals of various sporting goods, bikes, etc. We think that the hotel and those associated activities was a really great amenity for the Sugar House neighborhood and the adjacent park.
I know that the city has a final say on this. Are you willing to make any concessions on the aspects of the hotel in order to win city approval?
Oh, we've had a great dialogue with both the city council, with the planning commission, and most importantly with many of the locals who live in the area. And that dialogue over the last year plus has produced many positive changes for all those stakeholders in our project. And we continue to look to work with all those groups to make it the best project we can be.
The legislature passed an omnibus alcohol amendments bill. It passed unanimously in the Senate and only a couple no votes in the House. Next, it awaits the governor's signature. Is the hotel now much more of a go with the legislation than without?
Prior to any legislation, we were already a go, pending, of course, city council approval. But we do think that with some of the recent changes in the passed in the legislative session, assuming the governor signs, that our rooftop restaurant amenity plan looks even better towards both guests and locals alike.
If signed off by the governor, this legislation gives cities the power to approve whether or not an operation like your proposed hotel can serve alcohol. What if the city says no? Then what?
If the city were to say no or we encounter resistance, we certainly will continue with our plan ahead to develop a very good hotel space with a really great banquet space and a great restaurant involved.
You know, there's both support and excitement for this project, but there is also some opposition, some concerns. What type of feedback have you been hearing, and what would you say to those who might be against this proposed hotel?
To those who might be opposed to the hotel, I understand that change is difficult. Sugar House neighborhood in particular has seen a lot of change, and it's caused, admittedly, a lot of difficulties and inconvenience to the neighborhoods. While that construction's underway, there've been increases in traffic. And what I would say is that, as a local to the area, we're very cognizant of that and plan to do a project that in the long run is very positive for the neighborhood. As far as our economic input, again, at zero cost to taxpayers, we are looking at adding over $25 million in sales and occupancy taxes to the market, tens of millions of dollars worth of property taxes, and creating dozens and dozens of of jobs filled by local people.
Well, John Potter, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you talking to me a lot. Thank you so much.